Have you ever wondered why the news plays the same 5 stories again and again? Let me give you a little hint. Brainwashing and repetition is the most basic form of brainwashing. Join me as we look at the news cycle and talk about why the mainstream media is so gutless and afraid to report the truth. Happy Monday. Welcome to Troubled Minds News. I'm your host, Michael Strange, and, well, this is the show where the news is the conspiracy, or shall I say, the conspiracy is the news. And, well, of course, this is part of a Troubled Minds show that we used to do, and we used to have an entire show where we did like a huge news segment in the beginning, and I've been going through and editing some of those to try and remove some of the news segments and put them up on the podcast feed. It's ugly. It is ugly. So it's a good thing that the news segments just became larger and larger, taking up more and more of the show. So we just kind of broke it off and started our own news show. There was nothing but the news, and that's what we're here doing. And yeah, so that's what's going on. What's happening, folks? I hope everybody out there is well. Happy Monday. Iced coffee time. But so that's the deal. What we're going to do is, as usual, right? The entire thing is this, just like I said in the beginning in the intro, is that it's all brainwashing all the time, right? And what that means is that they don't want to tell us anything real anymore. Everything they want to tell us is concocted, it's phony, it's this, that, the other, it's spun, and basically it's fake. It's fake. The term fake news has gained traction because, that's because the people in the press are liars, and that's just the way it is. So we're trying to counteract that and prove that you can do some news without politicizing everything. It's crazy. It's crazy, just the world we live in. So as part of that and part of this show and all the rest of this, you guys know the drill. We are live, and we always do the show live. If you want to be part of the show at any point today, just dial this phone number, 702-957-1037. You can go to troubledminds.org and click the Discord link and join us that way. Actually, I forgot to fix that, so let me put a Discord link in the chat here. You could just get it right here. Let's do that. Let's put the Discord link in right there. All right, there we go. Okay, so you can just click the Discord link right there in the chat, and it'll give you an invite to Discord, and just jump in the caller queue. We'll put you on. You can talk about this, all the news we're talking about, or anything else really, because that's what this is about. This is sort of an open source show, like I've always said. We get together and we talk about cool stuff. We talk about things that should be talked about more. And as part of that, if you think I'm full of crap, well, you're welcome to call me, because guess what? I'm unafraid, and that's just the way it is. And like I've said before, and I'll continue to say, all these little keyboard warriors that want to drop the one-liners and go hide, well, no, we don't do that here. The phone number is live, and the Discord is live, and if you got a problem with me or anything I say, well, there you go. Boom. Just give me a call. And of course, right, I'll even be nice to you, even if you have a problem with the things I do and say. So there you go. Like I said, there's well, I don't know. There's 1,000 ways to put that. I'll just leave it at that. I could ramble on about that because, it's frustrating, the world we live in with the troll culture, as it were, where everybody thinks they're a good, funny troll, but really, in reality, they're just an asshole, and the internet is covering up that fact. So it's a shame. It's a shame. So anyway, that's why let's counteract that. We don't have to be trolls. Trolling is an art form, like I was saying the other night on the Discord, and people have lost the plot, and they think just being an asshole is a troll, and it's not. That's not what a troll is. So anyway, let's talk about the news then. So as you know, 702-957-1037, there it is, blah blah blah, and here we go. Let's begin with this. Let's see, what is this? Let's get this out of the way. We don't need that. We need this. There we go. All right. So okay, everything looks good. Okay. All right, we're going to start with this because I love these lists. After I clicked on the first list, it keeps feeding me these amazing lists about the worst or the best or worst cheap beer in America, and this is amazing. So just for a happy Monday, because why the hell not? Let's talk about beer in America, shall we? So this is from bestlifeonline.com, and the headline is, "This is the most popular cheap beer in America, according to data." All right. Gotta love the data, right? All right. So, yeah, let's just burn through the list here. Of course, yeah, Miller Lite, number 10, beer. Number 9, Stroh's. Oh, Stroh's Classic. Number 8, Keystone Light. Ooh, gross. I haven't seen a good beer yet. Let's see. Number 7, Yingling. Yeah, I think that's how you say it. Yeah, my brother says this is actually pretty good. I've never had Yingling. Interesting. So, yeah, there you go. It's number 7 cheap beer, I guess, in the United States. Number 6, yep, that's right, Keystone. Yummy. Number 5, Budweiser. Gross. Coors Light, number 4. Bud Light, number 3. What do you got? What do you guys think is number 1? This is one of those ones where I was like, what? All right, number 2 is Michelob Ultra. I don't think I've had any of these beers. And then we've got, that's right, the number 1 cheap beer in America is Natty Light. Natural Light. Whoa. Okay. Far and away the most popular cheap beer in America, Natural Light, affectionately referred to as Natty Light, was the most searched for cheap beer in the following 10 states: Connecticut, Delaware, Georgia, Maine, North Carolina, South Dakota, Vermont, Virginia, and Utah. Ooh. Whoa. All right. Anyway, I'm just saying. I love these lists because, well, a lot of these beers, I forgot they exist. So it's nice to maybe kind of, revisit at some point. And, well, there it is. The internet has spoken, and Natty Light is the number 1 most popular cheap beer in America. And, well, there it is. What's it, Robert says, Pennsylvania is home of Yingling, and it is truly awful. Okay, well, there you go. Now I notice. Pretty much, I think anywhere on this list is probably not the greatest. There are other better options, but I just thought it was funny because, well, if they're going to keep sending me lists of the best cheap beers in America, I'm going to just keep talking about them because that's really funny. But okay, actually, so since we're doing that, and in the name of transparency, per usual, there you go. There's the most popular cheap beer, and let's move on, shall we? Let's go to sciencealert.com. Sometimes you just got to laugh at yourself, and cheap beer, well, is a great way to laugh at yourself. Okay, sciencealert.com reports this. Ingenuity is so good, NASA's Mars helicopter mission just got an exciting update. If you guys remember when this happened, there was a kind of a weirdness of the helicopter itself, right? The Mars helicopter, and remember there were only like 5 missions scheduled or something like that, and I was like, you got to be kidding me, that's it? But it was just scheduled, not like the lifetime of the thing, all right? Not the lifetime of the Mars helicopter. So I misunderstood, and apparently this thing just keeps on flying, and they're going to keep on doing some amazing things. So Ingenuity is so good, NASA's Mars helicopter just got an exciting update. Yep. Oh, maybe this is right. Look at that. It was only supposed to fly 5 times. All right. So that seems an awful lot of money to only fly 5 times, but... And yet NASA's helicopter on Mars, Ingenuity, has completed 12 full flights and isn't ready to retire. Given its stunning and unexpected success, the U.S. Space Agency has extended Ingenuity's mission indefinitely. Yeah, baby, yeah, now we're talking. The tiny helicopter has become the regular travel companion of the rover Perseverance, whose core mission is to seek signs of ancient life on Mars. Quote, everything is working so well, said Josh Ravitch, the head of Ingenuity's mechanical engineering team. We're doing better on the surface than we had expected. Hundreds of people contributed to the project, though only about a dozen currently retain day-to-day roles. Ravitch joined the team 5 years ago. When I got the opportunity to come work on the helicopter project, I think I had the same reaction as anybody else. Is that even possible? Yeah, maybe, right? So his initial doubts were understandable. The air on Mars has a density equivalent to only 1% that of Earth's atmosphere. By way of comparison, flying a helicopter on Mars would be like flying one in the thin air nearly 20 miles above Earth. Nor was it easy getting to Mars in the first place. Of course, all that good stuff. So, okay, anyway, blah, blah. We know all this. But the cool part is this. On April 19th, Ingenuity carried out its maiden flight, blah, blah. All right, give us the updates. Basically, this thing's going to just keep flying until it breaks, I guess, which is kind of nice. I mean, if it was only going to be 5 times, then that's a tragic shame. But we got a helicopter on Mars. Let's fly this MFer, right? Let's get it up there. So now it's being sent out to scout the way for the Perseverance rover using its high-resolution color camera. The purpose, its ongoing mission to seek out new life. I'm sorry, I got a little caught up. There you go. The purpose is twofold: chart a path, and also. Wait, I got to read the whole sentence. The purpose is twofold: to chart a path for the rover that is safe, but also which is of scientific interest, notably in geological terms. See, I can slow down. You'll see. One of these days, you'll see. Ken Farley, who heads Perseverance's science team, explained how photos taken by Ingenuity during its 12th flight showed that a region dubbed South Seitha, Seitha, was of less interest than scientists had hoped. As a result, the rover might not be sent there. All right, well, that's good. So at least there's that, and we still want to know why nobody's over in Cydonia, because, well, what's going on over there? Nothing to see there, right? Definitely nothing to see. So anyway, after more than 6 months on the Red Planet, the little drone-like craft has gained a growing following on Earth. Does it have its own social media accounts now? Yeah, I hope not. So anyway, what explains its longevity? The environment has been very cooperative so far. The temperatures, the wind, the sun, the dust in the air. It's still very cold, but it could have been a lot worse, said Ravitch. In theory, the helicopter should be able to keep operating for some time, but the approaching Martian winter will be challenging. So we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, I'm a little excited about this, only because, well, they're going to keep on flying. And you may as well keep on flying, right? If you got the ability, keep on trucking. Just keep on trucking. And so we'll keep an eye on this, as hopefully they get some nice scouting photographs and all the rest of this stuff. But we'll see. We'll see. Oh, and by the way, I don't have the article up, but China actually just unveiled their plan for a Mars helicopter. Did you guys see this? Yeah, I didn't put... let me find it, actually. Let me find it. There you go. If you guys want to be part of the show, it's 702-957-1037. Let's see. And by the way, let's see. The Chinese Mars helicopter. Let's see. Where is it? There it is. There it is. Oh, yep. Okay, here we go. All right. So I got it, because why not? Let's add it to the list of things we're talking about. Check this out. This is kind of crazy. China develops miniature helicopter to accompany future Mars missions. And by the way, doesn't that look familiar? Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Very much true to the Chinese style. Yep, they ripped it off. They ripped it off. What's up, Gibby? They're just flying around out in Arizona. Yeah, I hope not. I hope that's not the case. That'll be colossally disappointing. But okay, there you go. So Ingenuity, there's a little helicopter, and there's the Chinese version, which is basically almost the exact same thing. Anyway, there you go. You've got the link, and yeah, there you go. They China ripped it off, and well, that's just the way it is, isn't it? Okay, let's go to speaking of space, and well, we know there's issues on Earth, right, regarding let's say, I don't know, the little thing called a pandemic. All right, that little thing. Well, okay. Before we do this, let's actually take a quick break and get a word from our sponsor, which of course is you.
Are you digging the show? If so, you can support us quite easily and at no additional cost to you if you already have an Amazon Prime account. Since we stream on Twitch every day, all you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and they give you free games on a monthly basis for your personal use, and also a bonus $5 a month to send to your favorite streamer as a way to bring more people to Twitch. And all you have to do is sync up to 2 accounts and click subscribe. Thanks for considering us.
All right, so let's get back to the matter at hand, which is the news. All right, so this is from theguardian.com, and the Guardian's kind of trash most times, but let's see what they're trying to tell us. Like I said before the quick break there, we have a pandemic, right, as we're told, and so this is the thing. Viruses may exist elsewhere in the universe, warns a scientist. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. You can't escape it no matter where you go. The COVID pandemic already has turned life as we know it upside down. Though, by the way, life before it was already upside down. Don't try and fool us. We're not stupid. And this continues, no doubt prompted some people to want to leave the planet. Now, a leading scientist has warned that viruses may not only be found on Earth, but might occur should life exist elsewhere in the universe. Professor Paul Davies, an astrobiologist, cosmologist, and director of the Beyond Center for Fundamental Concepts in Science at Arizona State University, said that the idea of aliens ranges from microbial life to super advanced civilizations that might be signaling us. But Davies backed up the idea that a wide range of microbes and other microscopic agents would probably be needed to support life as a whole, whatever form it takes. And it seems viruses, or something that performs a similar role, could be part of the equation. Viruses actually form a part of the web of life, said Davies. I would expect that if you've got microbial life on another planet, you're bound to have, if you're going to be sustainable and sustained, the full complexity and robustness that will go with being able to exchange genetic information. And there you go. So, so just in case you thought you could escape to space, well, we've got another thing coming. And there it is. You can't get away. Even Robbie the Robot, or whatever's going on out there, lost in space, yep, probably going to be nailed with some space pathogens or something. So, yeah, exactly. Yep, there, there it is. Nice Sucker says, you can never escape, and in space, no one can hear you cough. And Robert says that Alpha Centauri virus is nasty. Exactly. So here we go. This is the beauty of the news, and well, the the funniness of, well, there you go. So you can't escape. You just can't escape it, guys. I'm sorry. Make sure you take your ivermectin and your hydroxychloroquine with you into space because you may need them. I'm just kidding. I realize you can't say those two things, but I just said them. Anyway, here we go. What else do we got? Viruses, said Davies, can be thought of as a mobile genetic elements. Indeed, a number of studies have suggested genetic material from viruses has been incorporated into the genomes of humans and other animals by a process known as horizontal gene transfer. Quote, a friend of mine thinks most, but certainly a significant fraction of the human genome is actually of viral origin, said Davies, whose new book, What's Eating the Universe, was published last week. There you go. The book is called What's Eating the Universe. Delicious, right? Yeah. Anyway, so blah, 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 words, more of the article. Anyway, so, yes. You guys are cracking me up. James says at least space viruses aren't airborne. Well, you gotta make sure to wash your hands in space. Okay, anyway. So there it is, and that's what we have, and well, let's keep on trucking. Speaking of viral and is viral in China, let's go to this. Yeah, this is why YouTube is freaking out and doing all those shorts and all the other craziness. Look at this from the BBC. TikTok overtakes YouTube for average watch time in the US and the UK. Think about that. YouTube, right, is basically ubiquitous the world over. Like, everybody goes to YouTube. Everybody knows YouTube. It's the brand, right, for video. Well, Yep, that's right. TikTok overtakes YouTube for average watch time. Now, the crazy part about that is TikTok videos are short and tiny and small, right? However, they've overtaken YouTube for average watch time. So what does that tell you about YouTube's average watch time and why when you do a long video like this, well, you're dealing with watch time metrics that are TikTokian, let's call it TikTokian, which is like a minute, right? 1 minute videos. So anyway, data from app monitoring firm App Annie indicates that average time per user spent on the apps is higher for TikTok, indicating high levels of engagement. App Annie characterized TikTok as having upended the streaming and social landscape. However, YouTube retains the top spot for overall time spent, not per user, as it has many more users overall. The Google-owned video giant has an estimated 2 billion monthly users, and TikTok's most recent public figures suggest it had about 700 million in mid-2020. So, as we know, TikTok is actually a Chinese spy weapon. so there's that. That's the interesting part about TikTok. Well, I guess if we're going to be clear, that would make YouTube an American spy weapon. So just saying. I'm just saying. But okay, anyway. So let's see. Regarding this, I thought... this is the thing, right? So if TikTok continues to take over, I mean, you got to think about it, right? It only made sense. In the old days, there were like blogs. There's still blogs, right? Where you write the whole article. You know, it's very much like these websites with the news, right? You write the whole article in there, blah, blah. Then came Twitter, and they called it microblogging, right? And it was like, 124 characters or some shit like this. But, right? So it made sense that you had videos that you just, created a video site that had just super short videos. And here we are, right? Here we are. It's like, what's next? Wait till VR videos come and you get VR TikTok, right? I mean, that's going to be the next step. But yeah, exactly. Here, see the chat talking about people's attention spans. That is true too, right? Where people kind of can't even go through a single thought. And is it part of the dumbing down of the populace? Has anybody actually watched TikTok, by the way? There's some horrifying, like really, really super popular TikToks where you're just like, holy shit, are people really watching this? And you check and it's got like tens of millions of views. It's like, oh my goodness gracious. Like horrifically bad. Just like, what? This is what TikTok is? Okay. All right. Anyway, so YouTube still leads TikTok. We just read that. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay. Anyway, so there you go. So it just depends on who you want spying on you, whether you want the Chinese or the Americans, and that's what we're talking about right now, because why the hell not, right? Why the hell not? Okay, so where are we at time-wise? I think everything's fine. We're all fine here now. How are you? What's up, Rivers? I've always thought TikTok is for kids. Well, no. Go watch. You'll see. It's for kids and, let's say, what's the nicest way to put this? I think I'm just, you know how they say when you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all? I'm going to just shut my mouth and not try. All right. So anyway, TikTok, YouTube, there you go. Average watch time, all this other stuff. Interesting, right? Interesting. And that's why YouTube Shorts is a thing. By the way, YouTube Shorts is a thing because they're scared of TikTok. All right, let's continue. Let's keep on trucking, shall we? And there's this. Yep. I talked about this actually like a couple news shows ago. And this is the thing, again, that pisses me off the most about the way the media treats climate change, right? Climate change. Is this. This is from BusinessInsider.com. And yes, you guessed it. If you feel that the world's environment is doomed after the raging summer of hurricanes, floods, and wildfires, you could be suffering from eco-anxiety. Uh-oh. And I did say this about our children, how they go into these schools and they just bombard them with the end of the world type talk, right? That is not healthy. I'm sorry, that's not healthy. When you have children that are literally led to believe their adulthood will be cut short because of climate change. Okay? Now, really, honestly, does anybody actually believe that to be the case? Like, think about that. Just think about that. In the length of one human lifetime, we're being told, our children are being told that they may not live out a full life because of climate change, right? So, of course, we talked about it, like I said, a couple weeks back, whatever it was, when you have the climate alarmism, all right? We are damaging like the psyche of the world. Night Stalker talks about rituals. Maybe this is it, right? Maybe this is the fear ritual to bring in the archons. I have no idea, but right? You see what I'm saying? Like, who knows what the hell's going on here other than like fear sells, right? It's always fear, 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 fear. And again, don't get me wrong. Clearly, I always say this, I'm not a climate denier. I'm just saying, don't you think there's a better way to actually push this message? I would think so. So anyway, you may be suffering from eco-anxiety, and that's just the way it is. So, I don't know. Here we go. Jenny Ferrera's husband brought home the newspaper one day because he thought the front page story would interest his wife. Instead, it almost made her faint. The year was 2008, and some of the leading oil companies in the world were announcing plans to extract more oil from Canada's tar sands, a move that would prove detrimental to the environment. And, of course, Ferrara, who is originally from Texas but lives in Denmark, had felt pessimistic about the environment for many years, but the headline that day tipped her over the edge. You see what's going on here, people? You see what is happening, and it's not okay. It's not fair. This is one of those situations where if they continually lie. Again, you can go back. We've done it before on this show. Pulled up old articles from like 2003 that said by 2020 Greenland will be underwater and shit like this, right? Which clearly, well, did not come to pass. So, you tell me, right? Climate alarmism, is it damaging the psyche of the world? I think it is. I think that the way they irresponsibly report this stuff, and, again, right, even with the hurricanes and stuff, they're all saying that, like, it's climate change. It's climate change. There's never been flooding like this ever. Really? It's climate change. The fires in California. Every year over year, a new high water mark. That's a new high fire mark in California. Every year after year, right? Of course, there are other circumstances at play, but nobody talks about that shit because that's not part of the fear narrative. So anyway, I got a question. Does anybody out there actually have eco-anxiety? Do you read this stuff and just like pass out like this woman did when her husband brought home the newspaper in 2008? Think about that. In 2008. Right? What's that? 9 years ago. 9 years ago. So, okay. Once again, has the world ended since? Of course not. Don't be silly. Like I said, don't get me wrong. I'm not that guy, but I am the guy that thinks the media at large is out of control with this stuff. Out of control. I'm not going to get into the climate science and the feedbacks and all this other stuff. I'm not going to talk about that. But what I am going to talk about is the irresponsibility of the press, which is, yeah. So does anybody out there actually have eco-anxiety? Yeah. Yep. Let's see. When I looked at the front page, I practically went comatose. Ferrara recalled to Insider. It feels like you're suddenly zooming in on something. Your body goes a bit numb and everything around you goes quiet. You lose all energy and question your will to live, she said. Yeah. Question your will to live. You see what I'm saying? And they're doing this to our children in the name of education. You see? Now, right? We get activists like Greta out of this, right? And again, I think she's damaged. I think unfortunately, this poor young lady has been subjected to this climate alarmism her entire life and has been indoctrinated into the cult of, that's right, climate catastrophe. And, well, as we know, the climate's been wrecking shit on Earth forever. Forever, by the way, forever. Okay? As long as there have been weather patterns on Earth, it's been wrecking shit because that's just what the weather does. It also has very nice days as well. Anyway, you get my point. Climate catastrophe. Eco-anxiety. I think I need a shirt that says eco-anxiety because, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. This is the type of stuff that drives me insane because let it go, people. Step off, back up, just breathe. Holy smokes. Yeah, there we go. CNN 2008. North Pole could be ice-free this summer, scientists say. Is that right? I'm telling you, and you could dig up tons of articles like that where they just are wrong and wrong and wrong again. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Troubled Minds News. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. All right, welcome back to Troubled Minds News. I'm your host, Michael Strange. Let's keep trucking, shall we? Keep on trucking. Let's leave the eco-anxiety in the rearview mirror and go to Salon, salon.com. All right, here we go. Scientists say a telescope on the moon could advance physics. Yeah, now we're talking, and they're hoping to build one. The moon's lack of atmosphere and darkness could offer unique observations of the universe. I've been saying a while now, it's probably makes sense to build a telescope on the far side of the moon, right? For many examples of, the moon really doesn't have anything decay. If you set it up in like a pretty robust manner, you could have a telescope working for maybe dozens or hundreds of years. Who knows? Pretty good stuff. But anyway, so humans are reliant on the moon for more than we realize, blah, blah, blah. In addition to the moon's vital effects on Earth, this enchanting orb that has mesmerized humans since history began could play a critical role in furthering our understanding of the early universe. If only we could build an observatory there. And, yeah, why not? Interestingly, there is now a plan in development to do just that. In April 2020, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, you guessed it, NASA. See, this is the crazy part. Did you know that NASA actually doesn't stand for never a straight answer? It actually stands for that, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. I'm just saying. Anyway, they awarded the Lunar Crater Radio Telescope project $500,000 for further research and development. The premise of this project is that a massive radio telescope would be built by robots on the far side of the moon in a 100-meter-long bowl-shaped crater with a mission of observing radio wavelengths that are 10 meters and longer. Pretty good stuff, right? I think this is, what's taken us so long, damn it. I think it's because the aliens told us not to come back, right? That's one theory. That's one theory why we didn't go back to the moon. One of the other theories, by the way, is we never went in the first place. I'm not so sure about that. But anyway, I digress. Let's see. What one might wonder. Why the moon? Isn't this something that we can do here on Earth? The truth is that there's only so much data we can gather about the universe from Earth, in part due to its own limitations of our planet when it comes to observing the night sky. Earth's dense atmosphere, light pollution, and man-made electromagnetic radiation significantly hamper our ability to clearly observe the cosmos from our home planet. Speaking of which, Robert out there said that the stars have notably been absent, and I did notice it. But I got to tell you what, I took the dog for a walk late last night because, it's Vegas and it's hot and you can't really do it in the daytime. So I usually take the dog for a walk between 10 p.m. and midnight, somewhere right around there. And so we were on a walk last night and I was looking at the sky and, of course, the stars are back. It's weird. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on. Clearly it's not cloud cover because you'd be able to see it. I don't know. Something's up. I think Robert's right. Somebody stole the stars for a minute, and then they gave them back because the stars are back. I can only find 3 for quite some time, several days at least, and now, the stars are back. So anyway, here we go. In the case of radio telescopes, the moon is an especially tantalizing choice for an observatory. On Earth, scientists are unable to blah, blah. Okay, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. You get it. All right. So they're putting some funding toward this to actually maybe decide to maybe build this observatory on the far side of the moon. Good. Science is good. Looking out into the cosmos is good. Maybe we can find Galactus before he eats the planet. That would be amazing, right? Let's continue. Republicworld.com. Yeah, that's right. Here we go. Earth to evolve into another supercontinent in 200 million years. Here's what scientists say. Hell yeah, right? Geologists who have studied the evolution of Earth for over decades have modeled a new deep future view for the planet. Deep future. That needs to be a t-shirt also. As per the new study, the Earth could further evolve to convert the scattered continents into 2 massive supercontinents, roughly 200 to 300 million years from now. The Earth started to grow about 4.56 billion years ago, blah, blah, blah. So here we go. Two possible scenarios. Now, a study conducted on the climatic effects of Earth's tectonics, rotation, rate, and isolation has explored two possible scenarios, out of which one is the formation of a supercontinent at low latitudes. This means the continents at the equator could gather to form a giant landmass called Aurica. Oh, there's another Aurica. Instead of America, or Aurica. This means that continents at the equator could gather to form a giant landmass called Aurica. Yep. And let's see. While the other continents in the northern hemisphere could be pushed further upward to form another supercontinent on the North Pole called Amasia, Amasia. However, this sounds very Orwellian, doesn't it? Oceania and, yeah, right? Anyway, however, the geologists also predicted that the Antarctic subcontinent would remain where it is due to the stark differences in mean surface temperatures. The study also expected that the formation of Aurica could hugely impact the topography of the planet. No shit, Sherlock. In other news, yeah, Robert's got it right, spying on us from the moon, right? Yeah, there's the worst part. Wouldn't that be hilarious? They build it and it's facing Earth, this radio telescope, and we're like, wait a minute. Anyway, all right, I digress. We are live. You guys want to be part of the show? 702-957-1037, troubledminds.org. Click the Discord link. Actually, it's still broken because I forgot to fix it. And there you go. There's the Discord link that I'm going to... Yeah. Here we go. Let's get that. If you haven't joined the Discord, there it is. There's your Discord link. Okay. Anyway, let us keep on trucking, shall we? This is from Fortune.com, and yes, this is what's happening. This is what the pandemic has done to the French Riviera. Yeah, you guessed it. An eyesore. An armada of ghostly cruise ships is clogging the Italian Riviera, and locals are fed up. Oh, Italian, not French, sorry. Italian Riviera. There are some in Italy who say the panorama of blah blah. Okay, let's see. There's your photograph, right? And it's just nothing but boats in this thing. For the last year and a half, there's been a new edition of dominating the view. 3 massive Costa Cruises ships are parked pluck in the center of the Gulf, motors running, lights on, and with small crews aboard. The ghost vessels are victims of the dramatic blow that struck the cruise ship industry when the coronavirus pandemic marooned the sector from Tokyo to Miami, and they are not popular with locals. They're an eyesore. Tania Calenda, a La Spezia-based art curator who runs the culture organization 16 Arts and More, told Fortune, "We have such a beautiful coastline marred by these massive ships. They've been part of our view now for a year and a half. Everyone's tired of having them here." And there you go. You can see it right there in the photograph. Aside from the unfortunate carpenter's crack that ends up right square in the middle, we have these ships that are just parked out there in the middle of the Riviera. And yes, well, what can you do? I mean, this is right, unfortunate, and just the way the world works. So there we go. Anyway, speaking of climate catastrophe, yeah, here we go. In case you don't have eco anxiety well enough, let's talk about the eco anxiety that's been happening forever on the planet. Yes, that's right. From SciTech Daily, volcanic winter. Ever-present threat of catastrophic supervolcano eruptions revealed. Dun, dun, dun. More volcanoes. More politicizing volcanoes. Here we go. Curtin scientists are part of an international research team that studied an ancient supervolcano in Indonesia and found such volcanoes remain active and hazardous for thousands of years after a super eruption, prompting the need to rethink how these potentially catastrophic events are predicted. Right? Okay. Quote, gaining an understanding of these lengthy dormant periods will determine what we look for in young active supervolcanoes to help us predict future eruptions. And interestingly, there's been a lot of news in the last several days. I think probably the last 2 news shows we did something on volcanoes because it just keeps popping up in the news. So it makes you wonder, right? what do they know? What do they know that maybe we don't know? I don't know, but I do know that this keeps popping up into the news cycle in the last maybe 10 days or so. So, Robert says Yellowstone will super erupt eventually, and I think that's the thing here. And this is actually climate change, guys. This is the way it happens, right? And when a super volcano blows, just speaking strictly in terms of climate and not all the rest of it, you could have like a snap ice age because, right, you put all this particulates in the air from the volcano and it blocks out the sun, and we freeze. And that's just the way it goes, right? So naturally, Earth has its own, anyway, I digress. Let's see. Super eruptions are among the most catastrophic events in Earth's history, venting tremendous amounts of magma almost instantaneously. They can impact global climate to the point of tipping the Earth into a volcanic winter, which is an abnormally cold period that may result in widespread famine and population disruption, or otherwise known as the Great Reset. And yes, learning how supervolcanoes work is important for understanding the future threat of an inevitable super eruption, which happened once about every 17,000 years. So there it is. I don't know other than, climate alarmism is alive and well. It's alive and well. And so I don't know. What do you guys think? Does this scare you? Are you worried? Who's scared out there? Is anybody scared? 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link, and super is the new word now, I guess. Super climate alarmism. Yes. All right, let's continue, shall we? Let us continue. Yeah, here we go. This is let's get out of the climate catastrophe phase and let's get into birds swearing. ScienceAlert.com. These Australian ducks can learn to swear like people, and biologists are excited. Yeah. Here we go. Let's see. You wouldn't miss one of Australia's musk ducks if you saw it. The name comes from the musky smell the ducks waft around during the breeding season, and the males have a large black lobe below their bill. But if the musk duck you're hanging out with is called Ripper, the other dead giveaway is swearing with human words. For animal researchers, this is an exciting find, and new research has looked into how few of these particular species of duck ended up with that trait. Acquiring vocalizations by learning them from other individuals is only known from a limited number of animal groups, said ethologists Karen Kate and Peter Folligar in their new paper. Here we provide evidence for vocal learning in a member of a basal clade of the avian phylogeny, the Australian musk duck. Yes. One duck, Ripper, was hand-reared at the Tinbinbilla Nature Reserve southwest of Australia's capital, Canberra, back in the 80s, and he learned how to remarkably imitate the sound of a slamming door, as well as a phrase that sounds a lot like "you bloody fool." All right, how Ripper ended up learning this particularly Australian phrase is unknown to the researchers, although they believe it was likely something his caretaker would say, and the bird learned to repeat it. So here we go. Here's Ripper the musk duck saying, "You bloody fool." Ah, damn it. Is it not coming through? Oh, that's amazing. Hold on. Oh, shit, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. That was, does that mean my music didn't play to start the show today? Oh, okay, anyway. I guess I screwed it all up. Anyway, we're going to start this over because apparently you guys didn't hear it. This is Ripper the duck saying, "You bloody fool." Sorry about that. My buttons were, but anyway, we're fixed. Action. You bloody fool. 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 Well, there it is. There it is. Whoa. Hey, stop squawking at me, you dirty duck. All right. These Australian ducks can learn to swear. And this one, apparently, his name is Ripper, and he says, "You bloody fool." You bloody fool. Yes, and not only that, it said it several times, and I think that indeed is what it's saying. I don't think this is our mind tricking us into believing, anything other than this duck is saying, you bloody fool. And, of course, that's amazing because, that means you could teach them to say other things. Say other things. But yeah, there it is. You bloody fool. You bloody fool. Okay, music played fine. Thank you. Gotcha. Basically, it's a very complex sound setup, and if I have one thing mistuned, misaligned, yeah, things break. So anyway, there you go. You bloody fool, Mike. Let's continue. Let us continue, shall we? This is from SciTech Daily. Yep. Now, this is weird. New realm of unnuclear physics. Neutrons may actually talk to one another in a new kind of symmetry. Weird. That's super weird. Yeah, even though neutrons love to partner with protons to make the nucleus of an atom, the particles have always been notorious for their reluctance to bind with each other. But according to a new proposed theory, these particles might communicate under certain circumstances, forming a new sort of unparticle. Uh-oh. Doesn't that sound like it's from a comic book? The unparticle, which could offer evidence of a new kind of symmetry in physics. Damn Than Sun, yep, that's what it says. The university professor of physics at the University of Chicago laid out the argument in a study published in Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, which he co-authored with Hans Werner Hammer. Holy smackerel. That's got to be the two best names ever in the same paper. Of the Technical University of Darmstadt in Germany. One more time. That's Damn Than Sun and Hans Werner Hammer. Bam! I'll tell you what. The new study was inspired by an idea first proposed in 2007 by Harvard University professor Howard Georgi, who suggested that there could be a phenomenon beyond our traditional idea of matter. Quote, everything surrounds us is made out of particles, a localized dot in space that can carry energy. But his idea was that in nature, maybe there could be something that carries energy but is less crisp and more fuzzy, said Sun. He playfully called this concept an unparticle. Do we have it surrounds us and binds us, right? Do we have the Force in action here? Do we have Yoda actually showing up? And yeah, I don't know. You tell me. This is a little bit strange, and who knows? The unparticle. Like I said, it sounds like it should be in a Marvel comic. And the Silver Surfer stops the unparticle from destroying the solar system. Yes, maybe. But I don't know. Antimatter, or who knows what the hell's going on. I have no idea. I'm not smart enough to even wrap my head around this at all. But I am smart enough to know when you say unparticle, it makes me think of comic books. But okay, let us continue, shall we? Here we go. More. There it is. You bloody fool, Mike. Let's continue. Space.com says this. Primordial black holes may flood the universe. Could one hit Earth? Ooh, that's rough, isn't it? That's rough. All right, so let's see. As we've talked about, primordial black holes are maybe bowling ball, basketball size is what they've told us, and they're small, huge mass because, black holes have gigantic mass signatures, and, they're supposedly floating all over the universe. All right, which means that we have these dangerous things just kind of floating around, right? So let's see. Yeah, could one of these primordial black holes hit the Earth? Well, they're considering the fact that they may, right? Black holes sound pretty scary, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so in the early universe was a wild, complex time, blah, blah, blah. So you need some pretty extreme conditions to form black holes, blah, blah, blah. We all know all this stuff, no big deal. Stars weren't around in the first seconds of the universe, blah. Cut to the chase article. The thing about processes in the early universe is that if there's some sort of exotic mechanism that can generate black holes, it's not going to make a few of them. It's going to flood the universe with them. In fact, there might be enough primordial black holes roaming the universe to explain at least a portion of dark matter, the mysterious substance that accounts for over 80% of all matter in the cosmos. Let's say a whole bunch of small black holes are swarming the cosmos, as presented in a paper recently published by the preprint database ARXIV. what would happen to them? Thankfully, black holes aren't 100% black, and they lose mass through Hawking radiation, the complex quantum mechanical process at the black hole event horizon that allows some particles and radiation to escape. The smaller they are, the faster they lose mass. Black holes lose less than roughly 100 million tons, slightly larger than the typical asteroid, will lose about half their mass within the current age of the universe because of the way Hawking radiation works. Black holes that are bigger than that will only lose a small fraction of their mass. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. So would one of these things hit Earth is the whole point of this paper, right? So what would happen if an asteroid mass black hole were to hit Earth? In short, yep, you guessed it, catastrophe. The black hole would puncture our planet's surface like a hot knife through butter, but it would immediately begin to slow down because of its gravitational interaction with Earth. Any atom or molecule or person intersecting the event horizon, the boundary of the black hole beyond which nothing, not even light, can escape, would simply slip away from the known universe, never to be seen again. Enter the Unparticle and Silver Surfer to save the day. Yeah, thankfully, according to calculations in the paper, the chances of a black hole settling in Earth's core are rather minimal. Black holes are just too fast. On the other hand, the intersection of our planet with a black hole would lead to another unpleasant reality: heating. More climate alarmism, guys. During its passage through Earth, the black hole would accrete matter, and that accretion would generate heat, the same heat that powers active galactic nuclei. See? Now we're getting to comic books. This is hot. The impact of an asteroid mass black hole would end up releasing about the same amount of energy as the impact of a kilometer-wide asteroid. You know, like the dinosaur killer. Anyway, so there we go. More comic book thoughts and science papers. And if you guys want to be part of the show, 702-957-1037. That's 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link at troubledminds.org. Or, well, until I fix it, how about right here? There you go. Join the Discord there. Yeah, no demon videos this time. Yeah, okay. All right, there's more. Let us continue. We got a couple more here. All right, so just in case we haven't had enough climate alarmism for the day. Oh yeah. That demon video. Well, yeah, crawling. It's an old one. That's why I didn't pull it up. It's in the Discord. If you want to get what 40s is saying there in the chat. There's a video of this person-like thing crawling on all fours outside in the darkness. It's creepy as hell. Yeah, but anyway, it's in the Discord, and it's old, so that's why I think it was 2009 when that was taken. It's just resurfacing. So anyway, let's get back to this. Here we go. This is livescience.com, and yep, you guessed it, more climate change. Except, well, they don't call it that because you can't politicize this one so much. An internet apocalypse could ride to Earth with the next solar storm, new research warns. No shit, Sherlock. The underwater cables that connect nations could go offline for months, the study warns. There you go. There's your internet, guys. There's your internet. Gone forever. Well, let's say not forever. Gone for months. Blah, blah, blah. Sometimes even a century or so, the wind escalates into a full-blown solar storm. And as new research presented at the SIGCOM 2021 Data Communications Conference warns, the results of such extreme space weather could be catastrophic to our modern way of life. Dun, dun, dun. In short, a severe solar storm could plunge the world into an internet apocalypse that keeps large swaths of society offline for weeks or months at a time. Sangeeta Abdu-Joyothi, yeah, I did it, an assistant professor at the University of California, Irvine, wrote in a new research paper. The paper has yet to appear in a peer-reviewed journal. Oh, well, what can you do? There you go. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. What really got me thinking about this was that the pandemic was how we saw unprepared the world was. No shit. What have we been saying all along? Long before this. We were talking about swine flu and all kinds of things and saying, hey, by the way, if something escapes, so I don't know, wink, wink, from a lab or something, what kind of catastrophe could we have? These clowns are not the only ones. So nice of scientists to think in hindsight, wow, we weren't really prepared for shit, were we? Yeah, congratulations, science. Anyway, so there we go. So this individual said, our infrastructure is not prepared for a large-scale solar event. Yeah, right. Yeah. just like we've been saying all along. Like we have this illusion of being safe. Though reality is this planet is just waiting to do something terrible to us, right? I'm just saying, if you want real climate alarmism, look into that super volcano shit. All right, anyway, so there you go. If you guys seen that South Park where they lose the internet, where the internet goes down and everybody's like traveling to California because there's a the rumor is they have internet in California, and so they finally get there and there's this huge refugee camp, and all the people are there like waiting for like this one internet terminal that actually works, and so they're like everybody's like lining up to get their like 30 what was it? It's like super small. You get like 5 or 7 minutes or something. So like everybody's lining up to go watch like 5 minutes of porn. Yeah, it's a good one. If you haven't seen that South Park, it's pretty funny. They travel to California. Yeah, all right, here we go. Here's another one. This is from the Jerusalem Post, and let us continue, shall we? Let's continue, shall we? And yes, Israel police hunting for 6 Palestinian prisoners who tunneled out of jail. Tunneled out of jail. Watch this. Check this out. See this dude? This guy. We get these amazing folks that just show up and they want us to be famous, which I made a bad joke about, but yeah, I think I can just smash the bot. Yeah, look at that. Ban. Oh, later. Banned. All right. So, yeah, police suspect that one of the high security prisoners serving life sentences is former Fatah commander Zakaria Zubid. I don't even know how to say any of these words. A massive manhunt is underway for 6 Palestinian prisoners who escaped from the Gilboa prison in Israel's north using a tunnel. Quote, overnight, we received a number of reports about suspicious figures in agricultural fields and from the prison service, which discovered very quickly that prisoners were missing from their cells and that 6 escaped, police spokesman Eli Levy said. Police, the Shin Bet, the Israel security agency, border police, and troops from 2 IDF companies, as well as special forces, are taking part in the manhunt and have placed some 200 roadblocks throughout the country to catch the escapees. Security forces are also utilizing special units in the search involving dogs and aerial support. Quote, our goal is to catch and arrest them as long as there's a possibility that they are in Israel, he said. And of course, if they left Israel, well, it's somebody else's problem, isn't it? It's somebody else's problem. Anyway, very much back to Shawshank and digging a hole out of prison. Well, apparently, yeah, it's alive and well, and here we are. So let's wrap this up with this last one. Back to CNN, the most trusted source in news. Yes, all right. And this is horrific, and this is the world we live in, and this is why I like to point these things out, because, well, this is exactly. We're told that we live in a safe society. We're told the police keep us safe. We're told, and you know me, I don't hate police. I'm not so obtuse to think that all police are bad, because, well, they're not. They're just not. It's like saying any other, subcategory of people or professions are bad. Right? Sounds pretty bigoted to me. But anyway, so I digress. Here we go. This is from CNN. South Carolina attorney shot in the head 3 months after his wife and son were killed. Now, again, now notably, check this out. South Carolina attorney. So what's going on with this, right? There's something here that's just really, really, really nefarious, all right? A prominent South Carolina attorney says he was shot Saturday, according to law enforcement, about 3 months after he discovered the bodies of his wife and son shot dead outside the family's home, deepening the mystery surrounding their unsolved murders. Alex Murdaugh, Murdaugh, who comes from a long line of influential South Carolina lawyers and prosecutors, called 911 and reported he was shot early afternoon Saturday on a road in Hampton County, according to a statement from the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division spokesperson Tommy Crosby. Murdaugh was taken to a hospital in Savannah, Georgia, where he was treated for a superficial gunshot wound to the head, the statement said. At this time, no arrests have been made, the statement said. How do you get a superficial gunshot wound to the head? That's pretty lucky, I guess. CNN affiliates WCSC and WCIV reported Jim Griffin Murdaugh's attorney said he was told by family members Murdaugh was changing a tire when he was shot. Griffin told WCIV a vehicle had passed Murdaugh and turned around when someone shot him. CNN has reached out to Griffin for additional details, but has not heard back. So we have clearly some... Yeah, this is sick. This is a hit on somebody's family, and they're not done. And well, he's a prosecutor. He's a notable prosecutor in South Carolina, and this is the world we live in, folks. It is not the safe world they tell us. It isn't, right? Again, like I said, there's this illusion. There's this illusion we're supposed to live in where bad people don't exist. All right, except for climate, except for the things they want us to believe, like the the pandemic. Like there's some scary things, but it's not people. Well, unless they're the other kind of people, the people that voted for the other guy, then it's those people. You see, this is my point. Yeah, don't call the cops. They don't respond quite as fast as you know what I'm going to say, but I won't say it because people will call me crazy. But anyway, so as we finish, we're about done here. Yeah, there you go. Robert says, I'd move far away from there if I were him. Hell yeah. And I'd change my name and probably get plastic surgery and, wear a mask from my forehead to my chin, all that stuff. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm not going to hang around for that. And that's the worst part, right? They've already killed his family, and now clearly they're after him. And so... like I said, it's a scary world out there, and there's some scary people that are doing some nefarious things, and this is one of those situations. So, yeah, rough. So, okay, as we finish, you guys know the drill. We got more Troubled Minds coming at you at about 7 p.m. Pacific, and we're going to be doing, I have no idea. I don't know. What do we do tonight? Anybody got any suggestions? I have no idea. I've got about a little less than 3 hours to figure it out. So, there's that. So anyway, if that's what's going on, if you guys are loving the show and loving the work we do here at Troubled Minds, because it's not just me, it's lots of us. There's lots of people that share articles. There's people that call into the show. It's us. It's becoming a nuts thing, and I appreciate it quite a lot. If you want to help and you want to help the show and us and me and everybody else involved in this grow just a little bit more, just spread the word. If you want to help support the show, you can sub up right here on Twitch. You can sub up on Rockfin, which I can get you a link for that. And yeah, we had several subs over the weekend. Thank you to Derek. Thank you to Jay. Thank you to Matt. Thank you to Sherry. Thank you to AJ Dare. Thank you to James Salcido. I think that's all 6. Did I say 6? I think that's all of them that have subbed up to Rockfin. But that's the deal. That's where we're moving to Rockfin. So if you guys want to help support the show. And Matt said, by the way, he said, after I subbed up to Rockfin, I noticed there's some really sweet stuff on there as well, because you get the all of the all the premium content from the entire site. It's not just Troubled Minds. So let's see, here we go. Let's get this. Just going to drop this out there. Thank you to Robert again for getting us hooked up with Rockfin and sending a nice email to set everything up. And well, here we are. Here is the link. There you go. If you want to support the show, simple as that. It's $10 a month, and you don't only get access to Troubled Minds, you get access to the premium content of everybody on the Rockfin website. Jimmy Dore is there, Abby Martin, Michael Tracy, Crow777, Sam Tripoli, and his 10 or 20 podcasts. I don't know if that dude does more than me. But anyway, point being is that there's a lot of really good shit there. If you want to support the show, that's the way you do it. And we are just about done. So like I said, ideas on a show tonight, I'm taking them. If you guys haven't joined the Discord, please do. Pop in there and say hi. Meet the good people of the Discord. And here is that link as well. And I don't know, ideas. I'll just dig through the news and find more news. Maybe we do some weirdness. Robert says a lot of paranormal creators on Rockfin too. Yep, there you go. Crow777 is a good one. So anyway, there it is. You guys are into this. You guys know where to find us and what to do. So we're finished. Troubled Minds News. I'm Michael Strange. I'm me. You're you. Together we're us. And we're gonna keep on trucking. Keep on doing this. You can't stop us. You can only hope to contain us. And there it is. So let's play some outro and say thank you to the folks. I said thank you to the folks that have subbed up to Rockfin already, but let's do everybody else, the people that have subbed up to Twitch and Patreon and all the rest of that stuff. Oops, that's not what we want. We want this. Let's go here. We want this. This is, let's see. But Twitch subs, thank you to AJ Dare, Alien Nichan, Bailey, Gibby21888, Dark Devious, 40s AM, iDent, J Up, Jay from New York, Large Marge, Noble Cal L, Not the Golf Channel, Quint67, Rohan, Stinky Carnival, Super Vike 1, Satan Claus, Patreon supporters, which are changing because some of these folks are moving over to Rock Fan, but Alien Nichan, Axel Steele, Cole, Dark Devious, Dwayne Dibley, James Salcido, J Up, Johnson, Matt Sal, and Penny. Thank you guys very much for hanging out with us, and there's more coming, more Troubled Minds, 7 p.m. Pacific. If you love the show, spread the word, and thanks again for spending your time with us. I know you could be doing a million other things. See you in a little less than 3 hours. Everybody have a fantastic Monday afternoon. More Troubled Minds coming at you soon.